calling him cute because he was not very scary last game. We'll see if Durachito could be a little more scary at this time round.
Be careful.
What is Medusa?
I don't know how much you want. Okay, they're going to go for Scope. There's going to be a lot of decay stacks building up here. Stinger's going to be incredibly strong.
Okay.
Let's see how many stacks he gets. He's at 28.
Oh, he's a big boy. Yeah, they're not killing the Undying.
He's half HP, but he's actually 600 HP, so it's kind of like full HP.
Yeah, if they... I don't think they can fight into this now, Gaimin Gladiators. It's a bit awkward.
Goldfield, he's gonna commit cogs for it.
Kind of caught Quinn. I mean,
now they're taking a lot of damage though, BeastCoast.
I mean, they're going all in on Quinn. They want to try and bring down Quinn first. They're not going to be able to do so. Quinn will get first blood, taking out Stinger. Does still die, but looks like Gaimin Gladiators may even get more. Chasing down Schofield will get the cogs off, but they'll still be able to take him down with range attacks from Tofu and Celery. So first blood, and in total, 2 kills for Gaimin Gladiators, just the 1 for BeastCoast.
Almost gets like another attack onto Quinn, almost actually brings him down first. But Quinn, he gets a first blood, but Mago does get a kill in return during all of it there, so don't know if he's going to be that unhappy because of that.
So what do you make of the overall lineup? So as we said, the panel seemed to like what BeastCoast has got going, but you got to be honest, Gaimin Gladiators once again they've got some of their favorite heroes here, and some of their favorite hero combos, the Lesh Io. And
it's the Lesh Io and the Io Dusa too. It's a lot of healing you can pump up, even the healing lotuses. I think lanes are going to be a lot. Lanes are going to be in particular something I'm going to be staring at a lot here to see if the answer to BeastCoast does work. Because I haven't seen this in so long, people do this versus an IO. But it was common when Weaver was popular. Like the answer to the IO. Weaver is very annoying to play versus if you are playing that hero. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see what they're going to be able to do. And if their draft is going to work together this time, because looking at it overall too, last time they had like an amazing team fight draft, right? This time around, the only real team fight is going to be reliant around the Undying Tombstone. While Gaming, they do have a bit of a better one when they do group up this time around in comparison to what they had last time around.
Yeah, I feel overall I'm a bit more confident with Gaimin Gladiators draft this game too compared to what they had game 1 in a situation where they're up against a Meepo. This time around, Gaimin Gladiators, they've definitely got more working out for them. Duracho on his Medusa, if they're able to farm it up and get this Medusa to a strong point. I think it could be difficult for BeastCoast to deal with a farm Duracho this game.
Yeah, I think if the game slows down too much, that's where it's going to be just very, very problematic for BeastCoast. I think they have to play... They don't have a Meepo to speed the things up, but this game I think they have to play in a kind of similar style of just aggression. Don't really let them sit back and farm, because there's a Medusa and a Doom. So if Gaming gets to sit back and farm, their lineup is going to become absolutely...
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely terrifying.
Yeah. But yeah, BeastCoast are able to speed it up. Yeah, definitely a game where if Sacred has a good start, you're not going to be living a happy life as one of Gaimin Gladiators' supports.
No. I mean, definitely not. If Sacred has a good game, even if Mago does too, because he can cause a lot of issues. But Mago, he should have a bit of a problem here in this lane, of course, versus Quinn's Lash. Is not the easiest matchup whatsoever for an Ember Spirit. It's, in fact, quite a hard one. Yeah,
he started it hot here. Quinn 14 for 3 against the 7 for 0. Quinn should be set up for success this time round, and in a way which will probably need to require not as much backup from supports in the mid lane coming in as early as they had to last game. This time Quinn, he can do it on his own.
And this, yeah, I think Tofu playing around here bottom, they have a much better, like, just overall everything versus Parker's hero, as you were mentioning, right? The Meepo just looked really, really good if he was able to get off to a good start. This TA, even if he gets off to a good start, there's answers. They have Veno, they have Lesherite, they have Doom, heroes that can run him down and break that refraction and kill him early.
So far, CS on the side lanes. Nothing too crazy. Not too crazy, keeping it pretty close. I mean, both cores on the top lane, Duracho and Sacred, kind of slowing down one another.
Yeah, Ace having an excellent time bottom, though. He's kind of like the big winner. Him and Quinn in particular. Ace has a ring of health already, and Parker's he's actually having to buy extra regen down here versus this Venomancer. And it doesn't really get easier. Even though he's got Clockwork, one of like the best kind of support heroes to protect him, this is a very kill-hungry lane on the side of Gaimin Gladiators. Gale is very strong once you get like the second pointed if he wants to do that.
Yeah. Schofield, yeah, should be able to do his best at kind of holding them back, at diving the tower, at least at this point. But we'll definitely not be able to set up anything for Parker aggressive in this lane. Like Tofu and Ace, they're never going to be threatened. They're never going to be pressured by these two heroes.
Not by the two heroes. Exactly what I was going to say. There's definitely chances for like the Undying Stinger. I could see opportunity for him to rotate and stuff if he goes for a Tombstone, but he actually goes Soul Rip. I think I've never seen someone take Soul Rip anymore at level 2. This ability cost way too much mana. Okay, interesting.
Well, what's sort of the idea behind this? Just wants to be able to keep Sacred topped up in the lane, and
I guess so, yeah. I mean, he's also playing versus, like, they're going to be able to kill a Tombstone really easy early on, but I swear I almost never see anyone take Soul Rip at level 2 anymore. I guess it's also just to get the burst catch potential onto Celery, just to pop him. But
just sort of throwing out the harassment the way of Celery, but as you said, it's pretty costly.
It's way too much. It's not worth casting almost ever in comparison to Decay anymore. So yeah, we'll see if that ends up hurting them quite a bit there in that top lane. Right now they are slowing down Dirachi a little bit, but so far not able to really get a kill onto the Io. And this is a lane that I think they want to, like we said, it's an aggressive lineup. BeastCoast wants to be getting kill after kill after kill, especially in the early game in that laning phase. And right now, 2K lead, first 5 minutes.
Dirachi's super safe up here.
Yep.
I mean, his mana might look like it's getting low, but he's got pretty much a full wand, and any time that Celery's able to tether across, also with his own wand with a few charges, this Medusa's just not going to die.
He definitely should. And Parker might just die himself down bottom. The walk down.
He's going to tick super low.
This is such a strong lane. Does he just go for the deny?
It would kind of
it's
nice,
not. He's actually okay. But look at how low they are.
I mean, yeah, it's a relative term, right? They are both.
What do you do?
Living on death's door here, really.
He's pinging. He's like, I think Parker doesn't know what to do either. He has to just meld under the tower.
He's here, meld until the salve arrives, which is going to take quite some time. The courier at the moment only making his way back.
Mid lane. Looks like they're trying to put some attention onto. Quinn actually gets the deny between both of them hitting it. Okay, all right. Schofield. Farewell, my friend.
I mean,
Parker
sort of inevitable with how low they were sitting at down here.
Quinn, looks like they're trying to put attention onto him, but Celery's here. He's got wand charges. Mago.
Ooh,
he could be in trouble.
He's going to be able to get his remnant off. Okay. And actually in a good angle there. Gets away from Tofu, so we'll still manage to TP out of that safely. Not bad in that situation, being able to survive when you got the 2 supports coming in to help Quinn out. Wasn't enough to set up onto Dark Margo. He lives.
I'm watching Parker struggle. He is really, really starting to fall so far behind. Salve does get delivered, all right, but it feels like they might have to start doing like tri-lane stinger. Tries to go for these plays around Quinn in the mid lane, but I feel like they have problems in the bottom lane that they need to start fixing ASAP. Otherwise, Parker, I feel like he's just going to lose his tower super early to Ace and Tofu. They're going for him again.
Is anybody going to be able to help Parker? He's got Refraction.
They've got TPs coming. They're bringing the Weaver.
Okay. Sacred. He's able to line up the bugs on towards Ace. They might actually be able to turn and get these 2 kills here. Deep with the battery assault, Schofield runs down Ace. Sacred, he'll finish off the 2 of them.
Okay.
Very impactful rotation there from the offlane Weaver. Gets the double kill.
Cool.
And pretty much, is that the money for the full Spirit Vessel?
No, he has the Vitality booster, but not the recipe.
Okay.
But it's going to be early.
It's going to be a quick one.
Versus that ILS, yeah.
Very nice TP from Sacred.
A needed TP, it does feel like, because lanes are a problem. And Pano was talking about how BeastCoast's draft kind of does need to get off to a good start versus this really farm-heavy draft. And Gaming, they're in a very, very comfortable, happy position.
Yeah, looks like a lot of this early game from...
Nice steal. Schofield's able to actually take the Wisdom Rune away.
Right,
so
is he going to dive this?
He's got a TP up now.
Ace has got him.
That was close.
More TP for you. But yeah, Wisdom Rune's claimed. He'll take that.
Yeah, at the least they got that. Schofield, yeah, he'll give him the tip. Nice little padding there from Ace to walk through the cogs perfectly.
The money, though, very much in the favor of Gaimin Gladiators. 3K lead, 7 minutes in. A much stronger start than what we saw from Gaimin Gladiators last game round.
And they actually have answers, it feels like, this time around. Meepo, if the Meepo got ahead last time, we saw what he was able to do. They have answers for this.
He stepped up in the middle, get his tombstone laid down, but he's dead.
For money.
It's looking to be a bit of a difficult opening here for Stinger. 3 deaths, hasn't really been able to do too much on the Undying.
I think they kind of just have to, I mean, maybe just get stacks going, or you just have to form like a tri-lane to make sure, but I think that lane's already, the damage is kind of already done at this point at the first 8 minutes. Parker, I feel like he just maybe has to jungle, and they're going to have to do some kind of weird movements here, just with Sacred kind of breaking away from top to be that pressure to make things better for Mago and make Parker have space or something like that. It's definitely quite awkward at this point.
I mean, all this recovery now, it's really on Sacred. He has to do a lot.
He has to pop off. And if he can get a couple kills here, if he can get this Vessel very early on, that can pose some decent kill threat even onto these tankier heroes like the Lesh, Io, or even that Doom in particular.
Bottom.
Tofu still just continuing to put on the harass.
I mean, Sacred's going to swing round down towards the bottom lane, maybe see if they can go on to Tofu and Ace if they get baited down into the lane, but he's got vision upon him. They know he's coming in.
I think this is how he has to play, though.
He's got to run up and down the map. Because right now he's the strongest hero on BeastCoast, and he has to do something to alleviate the pressure that's been put onto the rest of BeastCoast's lineup by the fact that Gaimin Gladiators have done as well as they have done in these early lanes.
I want to see them also just get the stacks going. Sure, you have to watch out a little bit of Gaming potentially walking in and stealing them, but I feel like now it's like, if Stinger's not going to just play super active with the Weaver, look for constant kills in this early game, get the stacks for the recovery outlet for Parker, because I'm looking and I don't think they have any stacks right now for this Templar Assassin, who is having a very rough time right now.
At the least, didn't die in lane.
Didn't die,
Didn't
somehow.
die.
To be honest with you.
So that's something to be said there for Parker. But,
Definitely.
Indeed, it's a long, long road to recovery here in a game that, you know, if the road's long, Gaimin Gladiators, they're going to find a lot more gold along the way.
Oh yeah, and they scale very, very hard on the side of Gaming. And yeah, just so many answers really for a TA. See how they try to reestablish things. Mago, he's, I mean, all things considered, not doing so bad, but still, it's 1,700 ahead of, behind his counterpart.
Bottom lane. They're going to get the chance to go on to Tofu. They're bringing in further TPs. The relocate there from Celery to bring Quinn into the action, but BeastCoast, they turn up in their numbers.
They bring 5.
Arrives here. They're going to look to try and get the catch on the Celery. They've got the chain. Celery, he's gone. BeastCoast.
There you go.
Able to hold there against Gaimin Gladiators' attempt to get Quinn involved with that quick relocate down towards the bottom. BeastCoast, they were much, much more responsive than Gaimin Gladiators signed up or expected for.
Vessel's online. Let's see if that allows him to go for these extra kill threats onto the cores in particular. Quinn he actually has an illusion rune, so he's pretty safe. Duracho is going to just be laughing the way to the bank, though, as he's just going to have a absolutely free time, unless they somehow want to try putting attention toward him, but I don't find that being very easy with the way that Gaming's going to try to just make space for him. They're going to be playing around Quinn, they're going to be the ones pressuring, and Quinn, that is pretty much the Bloodstone done now already at this point in.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Ace also with his Midas, so that farm just going to accelerate. Chaos has to be the name of the game for BeastCoast here.
Yeah, and it's going to be difficult for Sacred in particular to keep up in farm with the way that he's had to, you know, he's felt that he's needed to kind of be running across the map. He's not having a lot of chance and time to hit creeps himself, so...
Gaming's just farming. They're stacking and farming and stacking and farming. So Quinn, yet you're seeing the effect of his 2k ahead of Dark Mago, who... Dark Mago's trying to run around and hunt, but you're having to hunt these heroes that are just farming stacks. So it just feels difficult for BeastCoast to try to get much of anything on the map here.
Yeah, BeastCoast, they're going to find themselves at kind of a hefty gold deficit.
Yeah.
If it continues as is.
Get the stacks going, though. I think that's still... I still just want to see like a triple stack Ancient on both of them, just so this TA can try to get enabled and catch back up here. Doom, gonna come out. Just on a clockwork, and they actually have traps set up.
No, I don't think Ace is getting away with this one, at least he's not getting a kill.
Nope, Sacred's come now too. The Vessel is here.
A bit of an awkward go there for Gaimin Gladiators. It gets a response out of BeastCoast, but they won't kill anyone, and now Ace...
He's in trouble.
He's been left on his own. Tombstone's going to get laid down. Ace, he's gone. A bit of a... I mean, what do you think the plan was there with the Doom? They felt that they could kind of get the follow-up relocate in a bit quicker, get some further lockdown?
I guess they didn't see the traps slow. The traps, like how many of them there actually were. There was like 3 traps under the tower that did just get some continuous slow onto them, but that's a Doom wasted. BeastCoast, there's an opportunity they could take here. Yeah. He does have a shield rune and he does have Bloodstone, so Gaming is kind of gathered around him, but that's a good hit. As Parker gets space to farm some stacks.
Bit of a slip up there for the team that's ahead.
BeastCoast, they have a trap. They get the hookshot connection. They have some damage.
See if they can. They put him trapped in the cogs. Quinn, with the Bloodstone. Dark Mago holds him back with the chain. Parker steps up the meld hit. Sacred throws down the Vessel. The bugs are out as well. They can look to go straight towards Quinn, and with the Vessel upon him, there's no healing and there's no saving him. Quinn's gone. Celery also to get taken out. BeastCoast. They're making the moves.
Striking back. The meld hits. Did he get 2 stacks on him? I mean, the physical damage was absurd.
It was the one.
Was it just the one? Wow.
I guess he just doesn't have a lot of armor.
I guess not.
Does not have a lot of armor.
And then the bugs connect too. The Vessel and Sacred. He's going for the build. Yep. Solar Crest, third Vessel. Buff up your TA. Since he's playing that offlaner, you might as well go down this route.
These are huge moves to find, considering the fact that BeastCoast were behind us. They were with the gold. You see again.
He had a shield rune. That's the other thing too.
Yeah, I mean, a few hits from the TA, the Vessel upon him. You can't save this man.
He did have
dead.
He did have the 2 meld stacks.
Oh, he did get a second.
Yeah. So it's he was negative armor really early on there as Gaming. I mean, a mistake bottom from Ace now causing some repercussion into these next 2 things. Parker, he's reestablished himself at that top network.
Yeah, I think Duracho is going to be looking at his team and be like, guys, could we calm down?
Relax.
You know, he's having a great time up here, and they were having a great time everywhere else, but a few kind of blunders here with the moves from Gaimin Gladiators, allowing BeastCoast to climb back in after a tough early game.
Yeah, and watch walking up those high grounds versus a TA. Now Desto's going to be online. Yeah, massive damage here. See if Quinn builds any defensive item for himself, if he's just going to look at the supports to do it for him, because it does feel like that armor could be really beneficial if he does want to go down that early route.
I think he'll
probably tell his supports, get me a medallion.
Yeah, he's still going to want to get the standard, get the Kyra,
yeah.
Bloodstone. I don't think he'll want to stray for that, but yeah, maybe an earlier than usual plate mail.
It could definitely cause some bit of issues here if they're able to get on top of him like that. Celery does have mech, but yeah, no real checking around. Yeah, no one building a medallion just yet. They're building 4 staffs to deal with clockwork. So Wisdom Rune, I believe that's 2 again for BeastCoast.
All right. I mean, they're behind on the goal, but they're probably doing all right on the XP.
They are ahead on the XP.
They are.
After those last 2 moves and getting the stacks for Parker. They're actually setting a trap down here for Ace, potentially. Sacred's here with the Vessel. The bugs don't quite connect.
Can they do it without it? Oh, well, with the TPs in, they certainly can.
Ace?
There's not really much to be done here. They're bringing in the relocate. Maybe they could turn this actually. They get the tether across. They're keeping Ace alive. Celery able to heal Ace up a little bit. Still, the Vessel will get thrown down upon him. Derecho turns up with the Stone Gaze. They'll get the stun connection onto Stinger. Stinger will put the ult, turn with the decay, but he will die. Stinger's gone.
The Doom.
They'll drop it onto Sacred. As now they look to step over towards him, but Schofield holds back Quinn with the cogs. Sacred's going to be able to back out and hide in the tree for now. Dark Margot is out of mana. He's going to get one more slight off, but that's all he has left to offer in the fight. He's gone, and Parker also turns up to die to the damage of Quinn. Triple for the Leshrac.
Nice reload in. Daracho turning up this time with the Stone Gaze actually seems like the X factor. Celery, not even going to go down either. They will get Ace, but either way, Gaming, they bring the numbers. Tofu, nice little wraparound there at the end to be able to get that finish up onto Parker.
Yeah, Daracho making sure that the team fights weren't going to go the way that they have been before. It's like, all right, guys, if you guys can't do it on your own, I'll get involved. And indeed, yes, Celery coming in as he did, saving Ace in this moment, making sure that they don't get that quick kill, and it gives Ace the chance to survive, take a bit more time to prioritize how he wants to drop the Doom and get it down onto Sacred, which sort of takes Sacred out of the fight for a decent amount of time, a bit of time as well, that if Sacred wasn't doomed in this situation, he would have been able to get him. Kill off Ace, probably threaten Celery, so this time round, Ace finding the very good Doom.
Yeah, and Gaming kind of reestablishing things, especially on that net with Experience, of course. Experience is actually still going to BeastCoast even after that, but a big gold swing there for Gaimin Gladiators.
Yeah, Quinn storming ahead now. Him and Daracho right there at the top. Box, but just 700 gold away on Quinn.
And they do at least have now Crimson Guard also for Ace, I believe. I don't know if I think he maybe just finished it toward the end of the fight there, but yeah, I think that's going to be the little bit of extra help there for Quinn in particular. And neutral items, we're going to see that tier 2 neutral, so we'll see which one Quinn's able to find. As him and Celery just kind of sticking together, waiting to see if BeastCoast makes a move, and then they can always go for the reload numbers here. So BeastCoast feels like they have to have the numbers faster, because they did make that move onto Ace, but it was like the trickle TPs in that kind of caused Gaming to have that big number advantage and just dominate it. 17 minutes, let's see what tier 2s we get.
Yeah, they may have been able to come in with the outplays earlier, BeastCoast, but that next time around it's only going to get harder and harder as the lead continues to grow, and you're only really going to have Parker scaling or farming at a decent pace. Margot on his Ember, Sacred on the Weaver. These are 2 heroes that just do not keep up that well when it comes to just AFK hitting creeps.
No, we've seen
the Deucer and the Doom and the Lesh.
We have seen Mago make some magic happen with his Ember Spirit, though. That's the one thing I do want to say. He's struggled a lot in the early games most of the times, and then somehow his late game Ember just looks incredible, but this definitely looks like a harder one since he is versus that Deucer. Yeah. Blade Boots of Travel now for Quinn too, so more now Celery, same thing, he can play around other heroes and Quinn can join in, and yeah, I'm sure Quinn or Celery, one of them identified, buy a medallion on the support even too, just any type of little bit of armors you can throw onto this Leshrac, it's going to be important too.
Ace, pretty deep here on the bottom lane.
But very tanky.
Indeed, with the Crimson Guard, it's going to take quite a few hits to take him down. Tofu's heading over.
First staff.
Looks like Ace is very dead, and maybe Tofu's in trouble as well, and Stinger's going to lay down the tombstone.
Does he get the attack off onto him?
He's into the trees, but the hook shot's up. Tofu and Ace caught a little bit too far along that bottom lane. I guess they just weren't quite expecting BeastCoast to turn up with as many as they did, but it's been a bit of time since the last fight, so I feel like you had to kind of expect it there if you're Gaimin Gladiators.
And look who gets both kills. Parker does get both of them. Kind of the perfect hero that you'd want to for BeastCoast. He's got his blink. He's going for his shard next. He's still hitting pretty damn good item timings.
Yeah,
very
he's
close to
doing
like a
fine. Parker's
Medusa.
doing great. Because you as well, because you're comparing his net worth to Alesh and Medusa, who have had a brilliant opening.
Absolutely.
Quinn, he's just off the back of picking up a triple kill in that last fight, and Durachi on the Medusa, he's had complete free farm.
Ace, oop, can't quite get the connection. Parker quick with the blink. And Quinn now, he does actually have a plate mail on top of everything too. So Medallion on the IO, plate mail on him. As you said, yeah, it's likely that he had to accelerate it this game just in case of things.
Yeah, he's pretty hard to take down now, especially if he has the IO behind him.
But Parker still, he is level 15. That's the other big thing too. So he's keeping neck and neck. They of course are enabling him with those stacks and stuff like that. But yeah, keeping himself close at the least, even though it's an AK advantage for Gaimin Gladiators. They're looking to press that advantage. Roche definitely something that's on the menu for gaming if they are able to get any type of successful fight. Parker does commit for the shard. Okay, cool. Durachi, a big item timing for him here. Manta and Scotty now versus this range core.
He's just
walking in.
I mean, they all are. They're going to be able to get the jump over towards Parker's able to put them out. The Doom will still get laid down to him, but he gets forced up the high ground.
He's still in trouble.
They're going to dive in for him beyond the towers here as they take out Parker. They're diving the base for more. Stinger to go. Sacred also has to run in with the Shikuchi. As Gaimin Gladiators, they're just into the base of BeastCoast. They've killed off the three of them.
Look at Durachi. He's in the base.
He's right in there. I mean, there's just nothing that's going to threaten him. Sacred's caught out by the stun. He's going to be going down as well. They just walk in, kill off the four of them, and walk out with no damage done to Gaimin Gladiators themselves. They can get back to the tier 2 push. I mean, that move there, that sends quite a message.
Oh yeah, sheer aggression there from Durachi and the crew. As soon as they get on Parker, you see the fight's like, oh my god, it's a disaster as he needs to try to disengage.
I mean, they're just completely flexing how far ahead they are in farm to be at this sort of stage of the game.
Yeah,
they know how strong they are. They know the BeastCoast cannot deal with them if they just go in like this. And again, yeah, Ace, once again, finding that fantastic Doom down onto Parker, rendering the TA completely useless.
Yeah, this time around the group up, you can see how strong it really is around this IO. Very comfortable draft here from Gaming as I mean, the ball has been rolling now for some time as Schofield perhaps getting caught out again here. Quinn.
Oh, they're not slowing down again, the Gladiators. They're going to keep this one going. Schofield, though, will be able to hook shot over towards Celery. Celery's out.
Quinn's going to run. He's got a haste rune. They catch him. Dark Mago's trying to. Ace is ending soon.
Still has some remnants to go with. That was the last one.
Rocket. They get him.
They see him.
That's a big kill.
Oh, that is indeed. Who's going to be able to get the money out of this one? They probably want to try and
give it to Parker.
They're
force him in.
Parker, he's not going to get it though.
Whatever.
Dark Mago will. He's not going to be fussed about that. No. Dark Mago's going to be happy that pretty much giving the full Stanjin Kaya.
Oh, and that's on Roche. They actually they're going to kill it very quick too. There's no way that Gaming gets over here. So.
All right. So yeah, BeastCoast
back.
Now, I mean, I guess Gaimin Gladiators just actually got a little too carried away with the way they stuck around with Celery and Quinn. They weren't prepared for BeastCoast to come back at them with those respawns as quickly as they did. And off the back of that decision, they've lost Roche to them.
I don't think they expected all 5 heroes to just immediately appear right on top of them there. They're trying to push it.
I feel like you have to expect that though when it's BeastCoast, right, with the way the BeastCoast is playing. We'll see it again here. Scouted out in the trees. Quinn's TP put to an end.
How many Deso stacks was that? I think he got at least a couple.
What's he up
to the 6.
Very nice. Is actually going to look towards the Silver Edge next this game.
Okay.
Why the Silver Edge? What's he looking to do with this? What's he looking to break?
Just be sneaky.
I guess, yeah, just to move around with the Invis.
Yeah, I mean, he is playing versus a pretty annoying draft. The refraction is never a thing in this draft, so he's just trying to find the angles, I guess.
All right. Well, we'll see if he commits in for it. Yeah, he'll be considering other things, Parker.
I think it's very likely he switches to like an MKB very early because he's probably going to see Durachio's itemization, he's going to see the Eagle Song, and he's going to actually have to have an extra answer to it.
Yeah, he's got to get an MKB.
Yeah.
It might be tough for Parker otherwise, as we'll manage to take out the Tormentor. Who's going to get the shard? It is going to be Schofield.
Okay. They already have the Undying one. He actually almost got the grab ally onto Parker when they were diving the base before. Excuse me.
Yeah, that can, of course, be the big move against some of these spells such as the Doom. And being focused, it can absolutely turn a fight, as we've seen it do so many times. Halberds are coming out.
Gaimin's still in an incredibly comfortable position, but do have to give the respect if they overcommit onto these high grounds, as Parker still does quite a bit of damage, and they're playing into this Aegis. Only a bit of respect, though, because they are unbelievably strong when they're grouped up, as we've seen. Even if there is an Aegis, they have the clear advantage in the team fight still right now. But Durachi probably waiting, telling his team, I'm about to get butterfly timing, and then there's really no way for them to focus fire him down if he just plays inside the front line.
Schofield messing around with them, making some space. Off he goes with the TP.
Slide, and
Tower is under attack.
Parker will take the space though, and yeah, immediately we see what he queues up as expected since he sees the Dusa.
Yeah, he changed it right. Yeah,
has to.
Yeah, he's got to go that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Duracho will indeed have that butterfly done. Just a few hundred gold away.
And let's see what the approach for them to try to deal with, because it's not. The thing is, it's not just Duracho. He's farming, but Lesh, Quinn, as gaming does with this type of draft, he always ends up being that really big secondary carry. So let's see how much they itemize and what they want to itemize first. Mostly, I guess they're kind of like multi-itemizing. So Halberd is going to be going for the Weaver, and Clockwork is going. He's already got the pipe. So multiple different answers, I guess. Trying to answer the Lash, and then he's going to go Halberd on the Clockwork as well too to deal with that Dusa. So still trying to itemize to be able to deal with this very strong Gaimin Gladiators draft that just continues to scale. On the map, it is tough for BeastCoast to come out. Anyone who shows is under kill threat when just charging at Schofield.
Schofield feels slippery enough, at least, with the shard.
I love this shard. I remember when it first got added, everyone was like, this is so bad. But it's actually pretty cool. Does he have the full Solar Crest now onto Celery as well?
Gladiators looking for a move, but definitely BeastCoast getting that opportunity to take Roshan. It's certainly taken away an objective that Gladiators would have wanted to play for at this point. So,
and BeastCoast,
things a bit more complicated for Gladiators despite them having the lead.
Yeah, BeastCoast being a little annoying around the map too, just constantly going for the split push and stuff like that. But gaming, the group up, the ball. They want to walk on high ground. Schofield will try to deter them for a moment. But the catapult that's going to be hitting in Duracho is going to get buffed up here from Celery. Tower's dropping, and there's no glyph.
It's going to be hard to push him off. Schofield, he goes in with a hook shot, but nothing much more to be done after that. This tier 3. And it's going down. BeastCoast.
Okay,
You're going to be able to push Duracho away from the barracks. I mean, he's continuing this push. They have the whole team here.
They might just try to commit here, because Parker does have MKB, so he can actually hit Duracho if he's stepped up too far. Is Schofield going to go?
The range racks have gone. They will start to back away before they are able to push the melee rack. So, BeastCoast limiting some of the damage done for now.
30 seconds on Aegis. Gaming being patient. Big heal up onto Duracho there. Did you see that? Drops his, I think he dropped his Eye of Scotty and stuff, and then just got like mangoed and arcane booted and stuff, so back up to full health, full mana. I think maybe even a Healing Lotus was passed over to him, I didn't actually see.
Sacred stepping outside of the base, but unlikely that the rest of BeastCoast will want to follow. They
no, they need to
can't
play in the
start a
base.
fight out here.
No, they need to wait till they go up here. And yeah, that is going to be the Aegis reclaimed. Gaming just patiently pushing around Duracho. BeastCoast trying to find an opportunity to jump. Throw out some heals here.
Schofield. Go in with a hook shot.
Bit awkward.
Get back out with the jetpack. Ace is actually going to jump forward. Lock down onto Schofield. He'll be safe for now.
Oop, he jumps out a little early. Poison splashes to everybody.
So going to tick down pretty low. He's getting chased by the illusions, the Medusa. We'll keep his distance so Schofield survives. Duracho to continue the push. Gets caught by the silence.
Oh,
They've got
Dark Margo.
on a Dark Margo.
Whoopsie.
He tried to step in on the back lines, but the Doom gets dropped down upon the Ember Spirit. Dark Margo's gone.
Parker.
Duracho steps in with the Stone Gaze. Won't be met by the Glyph. There'll be a buyback from Dark Margo. He wants to go. They've used Stone Gaze and they've used Doom. They want to try and punish this BeastCoast, but it's not going to be easy. Stun catches onto him. He will be forced back to safety. Stinger steps up and immediately gets taken out by Duracho. This Rax, it's going down regardless of what BeastCoast throw at Gaimin Gladiators. Dark Margo.
He feels desperate.
But he's caught in the chain stun. He's out of the game for 80. As that's a long time for Gaimin Gladiators to look to just go again as they can bring in this top lane. BeastCoast without their Ember.
And they're going to reset, heal up Duracho. They're going to keep this push going. They want to end this. They want to close this game out. Dark Mago, he goes for a risky play twice back to back. I think both times just gets caught by the stomp from the Centaur. The war stomp there from Ace.
I mean, they're kind of stepping out of the base here, BeastCoast, but they've got to expect that the Gaimin Gladiators are going to stick around and go again. As the creeps are coming in, 45 seconds, no Dark Margo.
Like, Duracho just keeps abusing this backpack Scotty heal thing. He just back up to full every single time just from like some small heals. Yeah, continuing this push. Like, Duracho hits really damn hard onto these squishier heroes. They can't just step up.
They just don't seem to be able to deal with the Medusa, let alone the Medusa with the backup that Duracho has in the form of the Io and such.
He's got a full silver edge now too, even more damage.
Schofield trying to split Duracho away from the rest of the team. Stonegaze is going to be back up in a second.
Decent onto Duracho.
He's still got the 1 charges, and he's still got Celery with the mech ready to pop.
2-man stun.
If they can get the kills from this, Schofield getting low, they'll drop him into the tombstone, either one of them. The Stinger will manage to live, but Schofield's out. He has got buyback available, and Dark Margo will be back in the game now. So Schofield, he's going to try and get in with the TP to close in onto Duracho. They back off Gaimin Gladiators. They've taken the tier 3.
Too much heals, too much auras. They still have the mech. Celery's just going to be able to reset. He has full Greaves now after that. Rax, it'll survive, but heavy damage there. Gaming just keeping them inside the base. And they've got a full set of items coming out for everybody here.
Yeah, it just feels too tough to be able to deal with the way the Gaimin Gladiators can rally around their Medusa with the lead the Gaimin Gladiators have. These pushes are so hard to punish.
The wild thing is too, like the experience lead, it actually was, if I'm not mistaken, still in the favor of BeastCoast until that last couple of seconds there where it just plummeted off a cliff from the Dark Mago. So it's a decent attempt there from the way that BeastCoast was getting these wisdom runes and stuff like that, but the group up were just, it's too much. They don't have enough to deal with these heroes.
That buyback, that dieback from Dark Margo is going to set back his next item so far now. It's got a long way to go for the Axe.
Could this just be a rapier queue for Parker? Feels like it could just be in the realms of a rapier that he needs onto this TA.
Maybe. It does feel like the game's falling into pretty impossible territory here for BeastCoast unless they do something drastic.
I mean, crit is just so valuable though on the TA, and it's not really a risk, so I mean, you might as well just go crit probably. But Gaming, they're just not giving them opportunity to even get pickoffs, so they're just all running together.
Oh my goodness, Dark Margo is quick with that one. Nearly gets caught out by the jump from Ace. He was ready for that.
Schofield will not give away.
And Tofu is going to try and battle a bit with Stinger. As Stinger, he's going to hide in the tombstone. But with a relocate,
only temporarily though.
Ready to take down the tombstone and of course take out the Undying inside it.
That's a cute one.
Both supports out once again. No buyback for them.
Mago trying to cut some type of waves, it looks like here, maybe setting up his remnant. I think he's going to at least try to cut the wave for a second, but mid wave's coming in anyway. Duracho doesn't care. He's up on the high ground. Halberd for what? Gotta keep the push going. Solar Crest, look how quick it drops. Dark Mago can't even cut the creep wave.
Yeah, there's no defending these barracks. As Gladiators take out the full set of bottom.
And on to top, still exposed.
Still time where there's only 3 alive here for BeastCoast.
Still absolute everything at the ready too. Ace, now full Octarine. Sacred. Uh-oh.
Oh,
careful.
He gets caught by the stun. He's gone. He can't even time lapse off.
I don't think he saw the Ags Medusa. That little bit of mini stun there.
It caught him by surprise. Absolutely.
The last hurrah, BeastCoast. That's the silver edge picked up for Parker. I mean, you got to just go all in here. But the Rax, it's already dropped too fast. One last fight.
The Megas are out. 32 minutes in Sacred. We'll get the time lapse off this time. BeastCoast trying to spam back Gaimin Gladiators, but Duracho, he's barely going to be taking any damage at all. He steps up with the Stone Gaze. They're having to back away here, BeastCoast. As into the tombstone again they go, trying to hide, trying to survive. Schofield goes in, drops down the cogs, but he'll immediately die. Once again, no buyback for him. Sacred just gets back to the fountain in time. Will still fall incredibly low here down to the poison damage of Tofu. Dark Margo's trying to dance around them, jumps up around and caught by the stun. He's gone again. No buyback for him. As this game too, it looks undoubtedly to be going the way of Gaimin Gladiators. I mean, Parker?
Maybe he could get one or two more kills here. The mana's low.
They get the supports, but can they get the cores? I mean, Ace is going to jump back in.
Can't get the two.
He's gonna, yeah, they've got the follow-up stun onto Sacred. It's now just down to the final two of them. And in fact, Celery's buying back to end it. And they know this one's over. GG is called as Gaimin Gladiators will take this game 2 and push this series to a game 3.
The minus armor, the team fight, the snowball effect, and they just felt like whatever the enemy's gonna pick, they're gonna be able to handle it. But unfortunately, they are wrong.
I'm gonna give them some respect. They had a plan. Look at those neutral items coming out.
3
from BeastCoast.
Philosopher's Stones.
They had a freaking plan. This game was going late.